Empire State Building.
You ready to have some fun, friend?
I'm so ready to have some fun, friend.
Gosh. We are in the presence of a true, genuine soul, a spirit, an energy that is deserving of this round of applause. It's Dua Lipa.
You guys, I'm so happy to be here. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Great, but I mean, it's you who helps bring this spirit to the world. And let's start just straight off the top. As one of Time Magazine's most influential people, what would little Dua, who didn't get the role in her grade 6 primary school, be saying about how proud she is of herself right here, right now?
It's crazy because it's the kind of thing that is almost unfathomable when you're so young to even think that something like this is possible. So I'm just I'm over the moon. I'm so proud. I am really proud. Yeah.
As you should
Do you
be.
have time to reflect on the iHeart Awards, the Grammys, the Brit Awards, the movies? I mean, do you give yourself time to just be like, I'm kind of doing it right now?
Yeah, I do. I try and make an active, conscious effort to be really present in the moment and be like, wow, this is everything that I've ever dreamed of, and just really enjoy the moment. Because I think it's so easy to get kind of sucked into the work side of things, and then all of a sudden you look back on it and you're like, oh, I wish I was a bit more present, or I wish I was more in the moment, and I just don't want to let a single moment pass me by. So I make a very conscious thing that before any red carpet or performance or anything that's big, or a film or whatever, it's take a deep breath, remember where you are, feel the space around you, and just
that is so
dive
rad.
in.
That takes a lot of practicing.
Yeah, it takes practice, but I think after a while, so much in the beginning when I first started, it was I was saying yes to so many incredible opportunities, but it's a lot of work, it's a lot of traveling, it's a lot of stuff that I think I then realized how much of it I was just looking back on and being that was fun, instead of really remembering a real tangible feeling.
Feeling of I
exactly.
put 10 toes down in the sand when I shot this video.
Exactly.
Or I really
that's
sat
kind
in
of
this chair when I
so
recorded
that's
this
what
song.
I'm trying to implement more into my life.
As you do that, as you start to be more present, how fulfilling is it? And how is that coming through in the music now? I mean, it's got to be a special superpower that you feel like you've tapped into.
Let's parallel a little with the radical optimism.
Well, I think it is that. It's diving to every experience, whether it's good or bad or whatever it throws at you. Everything's a lesson. Everything is something that you learn from, grow from, whether it puts you out of your comfort zone, which is what I think is the place where you do the most growing.
Yeah.
All of those are so valuable. So I'm all in.
Yeah, it's not just optimism; it's radical optimism.
Yeah.
Why is the optimism so radical for you? Enough so to where you decided to name the body of work.
Well, because it's almost in a way being. It's almost like a violent practice of happiness. It's it has to be good. It has to, if it's bad, it's not going to be bad for that long. And it's training yourself in that kind of radical perspective that things are going to shift and things are going to change. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the kind of radical sense of it.
Yeah.
You've talked about how you're true in manifestation and how it happens to you all the time because
Yeah.
you put that out. Has there been one moment where you're like, dang, I really can't believe I actually manifested that and it's happening now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I was specific as well. When I was manifesting, I was when I wrote it down, I was very specific about what I wanted. And that was
sitting in this room with Maxwell and Crystal. Wow.
That was one of those things.
Look how it worked.
I know. That was definitely on my list.
Close second, I think.
No, for real though.
But Glastonbury headline Friday night. That's the one I wanted.
Friday night?
I wanted the Friday because I love the festival so much, so I wanted to be able to party on.
Oh, okay.
And I knew that if I performed on the Saturday or the Sunday, then I would have been, I'd miss out on the partying on the first night. So that was.
So there was no negotiation for Friday. They were like,
it
"Here,
was
we want you to do Friday."
Yeah, I got offered the Friday, and I was so happy. And yeah, Friday's a big one because it's it kickstarts, the festival.
And this
And so I want to
iconic.
make sure that it kicks people off
Oh,
in
boy.
a good, positive,
Hey, let's
fun way.
let's hang out in the festival world for just a little bit, because there's a festival that you've been a part of in Kosovo.
Yes.
In Sunny Hill Festival.
Yes.
Let us talk about how important it is for you to see this come to life. And I mean, there was a pause because of COVID, right? I mean, did we? Because I remember, I think it was the last time that we had the chance to hang out. I wanted to come to. We talked about
So
it.
we had a pause because of
Yeah.
COVID, and then we had I believe 1 year or 2 years we had back to back, and then last year we had a year off because we were moving to a bigger location.
Wow.
And so we're back on this year, which is going to be really fun.
On a
It'll
scale
be
of 1
like,
to 10, where are you at, dude, with this? Like, how excited are you?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I always think back to the time when I lived in Kosovo and I was dreaming about having artists come down and perform that I just never had the opportunity to see, and to be able to bring artists from all over the world to bring that to the kids and to the people in Kosovo. It means so much to me. It's so much fun. I look forward to going there every summer. So it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
We've got a fun lineup this year. We've announced Burna Boy, who's headlining for us, and we've got a few others which haven't been announced yet. But it's so much fun. I look forward to it every year, and it takes a small village, and it's a family thing. So everybody's doing something. My little sister's like in production, my brother's like helping with the production side, my mom's doing all like the design of like the set and the field, and
What's Dad's duty?
Dad's doing everything else.
Oh.
He's like no, he runs it.
It's a family
He
tribe then.
he runs it.
And that's
He's
the
really
importance
like
of this festival.
he kills it. So yeah, it's fun to get to do it with your family.
And I also loved hearing that while you were on tour for Future Nostalgia, you went all over the world, but MSG was so special to you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's one of those milestone shows, milestone venues that you just always dream about, headlining yourself. And I don't know, I was like convinced that from the energy that I felt in the room that the floor was shaking.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
I
I
was.
know.
I don't know, I just felt it so deep in my heart how, I don't know, maybe it was just like my adrenaline and all the excitement and just being so grateful to be on that stage. But it was a dream. It was a dream, yeah, for sure.
MSG is that place.
It is.
To have been able to circumnavigate the globe and to get those stamps on the passport and to do what you love to do. From your vantage point, when you look out to the crowd and you see that you are making core memories for other people, how much sticky are those moments, or how stickier are those moments that those are your words, those are your dreams coming true, your visions coming true, and you're creating those new memories for other people.
Oh, it's beautiful for me. It's such an honor to be able to be a part of people's memories, and to have the music soundtrack like a little part of their life or their experience with their friends or their family or whoever that they're there with that night, or take their mind off whatever they're going through in their life at that point. Like what an honor.
And I know you love traveling, so those places are making memories for you too.
Yeah.
I was so proud. I'm a Mexicana, so hearing that Mexico City is a special place for you.
Love Mexico
Tell me
City.
about that.
I love Mexico City because I think it's like the city with the best food in the world.
Let's go.
And it has incredible architecture and amazing art, and just the culture is so beautiful, and the energy of the people is amazing. And I don't know, I love traveling. My job lets me travel so much, and I just never want to miss out on getting to know a place. And I feel like the way you get to know a place is by eating some good food, drinking some good wine, meeting some cool people, going on a night out, going to a cool museum, like really diving into the culture. Like that for me is just some of my favorite things to do. So yeah,
It's
Mexico
a full immersive
City
experience.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. It shows in the craft that you create, is that's who you are. I mean, you give us these parties to go to. You give us these immersive. You really.
I'd
truly,
like to think so. I'd like to be at every party in spirit if I could.
And, I heard you say that the craziest parties were like the Brit after parties.
They're nuts.
Tell me about that.
Well, I don't know. It's just English people love to drink. There's just they just go hard.
There's wine on the tables, each and every table, multiple bottles.
At the was it you were there? So it's
Is
just
there some like foul stuff?
It's just madness. Like everyone's up and dancing and rowdy halfway through the show, and you're like, oh my god, we've still got a whole couple more hours to go of this, and people are losing it. But it's fun. It just adds to the chaos, to the energy. It's so fun.
Oh man, let's swing back shortly before we get you out here to this album and this music as we are on the horizon of Radical Optimism getting here, and obviously family and friends are getting listens to these songs to test out the water. Who's the family member that gets the first listen to a new song from Dua Lipa?
I think like the first two are my siblings.
Yeah,
Rena and Jin. They're like my barometer for if anything's cool or not.
Or not.
And it's great because they both have like different tastes in music, and so if I feel like I'm covering ground with both of them, then I'm onto something good, you know?
Okay, my cool
and
leader is
I'm like, are we somewhere? Are we hitting somewhere? It's good. It's good, and they're really honest as well, which is what I need and what I like want also from them. It's like, if they can't hear the lyrics properly, or if they're like, what is that part, or maybe I'm not so sure, or let me hear this again, you know, I welcome all of those.
Okay.
So
that's what siblings are for.
Yeah, for sure.
And talking about your family, you talk about how your mom is so good at cooking Albanian food.
Oh, she's amazing.
But then when you moved out in your teens, you learned to cook yourself a little too.
Yeah.
Do you have like that go-to dish, or someone's like, oh, cook something for me? You're like, okay, I've nailed this.
I don't know. I just kind of, it's more like whatever's in the fridge, I'm really like, I can just kind of make it up. I can adapt. I have to say, I'm like,
Dua can dabble.
I can dabble in a couple different things.
See what happened with the shrimp on the grill.
Hey, you know how many people were like, she's not really grilling that shrimp? I'm like,
She
I did
was
the whole
really-
thing.
She was doing the damn thing. Yes.
But I don't know. I love to cook, but apart from like barbecuing stuff, I love to roast. So roast dinners, and you know, all the trimmings and the duck fat potatoes and the whole thing. It's like,
Oh, duck fat's a new butter, I heard.
oh yeah,
Right? That's
It's
like
banging.
butter's out.
You need it because it makes them like really crispy on the outside and really fluffy on the inside, and you want like the rosemary and the sage, and my mouth's watering. It's
That's
like
it.
10 a.m. I'm like
Stop,
thinking
please.
about
Will
potatoes.
you please? Because otherwise,
Oh
we're
my
booking a
God.
flight for a proper Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Sunday. We're pulling up
You
to
got
London.
to do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do
I do
it.
want to circle it back to the music. I am so excited for Radical Optimism. I know you talk about there's one song where you thank an ex.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Well, it's the song is called Maria, and it's thanking like your partner's ex, but it could, you know, I think with every experience that we all have, like we learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
So after something ends, whatever happens next, you're going to grow from it. You're going to learn from it. You're going to be, I don't know, more emotionally rounded in some way from what you've learned from that experience. And so whether you're thanking Maria for bringing this person to you, or whether you are that for someone else, I think it's all about just being really accepting and respectful of those growing phases, and how we're just always going to evolve and change with everything until you just meet the perfect person, and then you're like, okay,
I'm ready for it now.
I'm the best version of myself because I've learned so much already, and that I'm like ready to be here right now.
With that being such a theme, the word growth of just your journey. I mean, the self-titled debut to now where we are. You have stepped into your own, and you're still just getting started. So, I mean, I'm just the world is, and I hope I'm not speaking for anyone else, but I think that everyone is just so extremely excited for you to own this chapter of who you are and write it in your CVS notebook.
Yes. Hey, who knew that thing was going to be so important?
All over all the TV screens,
Yeah.
all the YouTube clips is like that brown notebook.
That one, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm super grateful. Yeah, and I'm excited, and I just hope everybody loves the record as much as I've loved pouring my heart into it.
Well, we loved hearing that in this record. You wanted to make it positive, that you've had those like crying on the dance floor songs, and that's the girl you are and will be.
Yeah.
But there's so much negativity in the world, and you just want to give light and make anything that is negative. There could be an optically radical way and optimism to look at this.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's tension in some of the songs, but they all kind of resolve in a optimistic manner.
Ooh.
And I think, because, every story, it will have some kind of like push and pull. But I think as long as at the end of that, there's a resolve, then I just believe that, I don't know, the words that I sing kind of become like a mantra. So if I say them enough, they'll come true. So I got to be careful what I say.
Yeah, I love that. Have you resolved your beef with Crocs?
I'm not sure. Why?
Because I've heard that Crocs is just not it
It's
for
just
you.
not. It's just not like my thing. I don't know what it is. They're like rubbery, and people wear them barefoot, and I'm just
They
like,
have the heels now and the sandals.
yeah, I could do without.
Okay. Do you want to say it? I'm up there yet. But Max is a Croc rocker.
I rock the Crocs.
You rock the Croc, but do you rock the Croc with the sock?
I do.
Okay.
Go ahead and say that
That's a
five
bit-
times fast.
that's a bit better.
It's a bit better. Yeah.
It's a
There's-
bit
there's-
better.
There's no
The
bare
barefoot
phalanges
Croc
in the
thing
yeah.
is.
Because I know it's the sound.
It's
the
the
feel,
sound
it's
and the.
yeah, I feel you, girl.
You know how people have a thing with like textures when they eat food? Like I
Yes.
think I have a thing with shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You know,
I see that.
and how they connect.
How they connect. in a bare
In a-
foot, in a rubber thing. That connection ain't something.
Material. It's gonna.
We're good.
Now summer's coming up, and we know you have your book club. So what book that have you gone through with your club? Are you just like, you know what? This is the number one, just to start here.
Gosh, I mean, for the summer, a lot of books that I like do end up in tears. I don't know why, because I just,
You connect.
it
Sad
just,
girl.
I'm a sad girl at heart. And we just recently had a book called Crying in H Mart, which is written by Michelle Zorner, who's from the band Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, great band.
Yeah, and she's
SNL alum also.
she's amazing, and she wrote this incredible book. It's a memoir of how she kind of connects with her mum and her culture after her mum passes from cancer, and that experience. Beautiful book, really amazing. She's an incredible author. I'd recommend that. I read a book. It's not yet part of our book club, but I think is amazing. It's Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. It's a quirky, weird little thing. I love that book. It's really good. What else? Swimming in the Dark by Thomas Jodorowsky. That's our most recent book of the month. That's a really beautiful kind of coming of age book set in Poland during the Cold War. I don't know. There's lots of
Those are
amazing
good
books
ones.
to
few
dive
stars.
into.
She's a page turner.
Yeah, go in.
Back to that memoir about the mom. I heard you say that the first song you wrote, you were like 4 or 5, and it was kind of like a love song for you.
It was a love song for my mum, yeah.
Mother-
Well, it was more like, when I grow up, can I wear your shoes? When I grow up, can I dress up like you? When I grow up, can I be as pretty as you? It was just really, yeah. Yeah, my mum's like my style icon, and I've always looked up to her. Like my earliest memories of, I would just like watch her put her eyeliner on, and like I've just, seen her do her thing, and I've just always looked up to her.
Well, I know your mom's like the biggest thing for you. Mother's Day
Yeah.
is coming up. Do you usually do plans for Mother's Day?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I guess like our UK
Yeah.
one has just passed, and
passed.
I was traveling, so we had to make it up and have dinner another time together. But we would always do a little something for sure. Yeah.
Take the time. I mean, you said it. You take the time to be present, which is so special because if I could recall the duos of old, it was about working towards something else, which was amazing, and it's gotten us to this position here.
Yeah.
But as you said before, it was a lot of looking back and saying, "Damn, I did that. Damn, I did it." But now it's
Now
like,
it's-
"Damn, I'm doing that.
I'm doing it.
I'm
I'm
doing
in
it.
it.
You're in it.
I'm in
And
it.
we have
All the
SNL
stuff
coming
you
up.
do.
We have SNL coming
How
up.
excited are
Doing
you
it.
for SNL?
Oh my God, beyond. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a blast. I just have to like dive into the experience and
Are
just
you okay
have
with
fun
wearing
with it.
prosthetics or
I'm
like
all
being
in.
weird? And...
I'm all in. Like we said,
It's
I'm
about
in
to
it.
be. She's in it.
I'm
and,
in it.
And then the Met Gala right after.
Yes.
You're going from something silly, goofy to like the most prestigious event of
Very
fashion.
glam.
Yeah, coming up again. How are you feeling with the Met Gala?
I'm
coming up?
excited. I'm excited. It's always just like fun to dress up and it's just a very big fashion night. So
Yeah.
It's a chance for
You
you,
know,
to be you
it's
again. Another chapter.
another version of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Well, listen, always open door policy, you know. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
like, gosh, man, seeing
Thank
that
you. It's
smile
always a pleasure.
is the absolute best. And
Thank you.
We're here for it, and we are radically optimistic
Hell
from here
yeah.
on out. Thanks to Dua
Thank you
Lipa.
so
Love
much.
dear.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.